You are now listening to Hong Kong 2, the only podcast sanctioned by People's Republic of China, featuring Chris Lynch and Benjamin Taylor.
Welcome to episode 26.
Awesome.
We're here with Myles McGrady.
Hello.
Myles McGrady is an entrepreneur, a businessman, a musician, an artist, a tastemaker,
And he's fly. We've talked about him on the pod before. We've talked about you.
We
You know
did.
that?
I showed him the clip. Actually, he remembers.
Yeah, which was funny because the thing you were talking about, the time lapse.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think I have that on there anymore,
And you don't.
and I don't. I took it down.
Damn.
So I have to unlie,
Yeah.
defy you, and put it back up.
That was
or just do another one because I didn't even know people liked that.
dude. That thing was like that was badass. Do you know McLaughlin?
Yes.
It kind of that graphic reminded me of some shit that McLaughlin would make.
Yeah. No, it's like, and it was like I did that 3 years ago. And it was like I was on that tip back then, and it was like I should do more though. Just the fact that you liked that, I was like, I didn't know anyone.
I thought it was
liked
cool.
that.
I fuck with that.
I mean, you could become. It's annoying. It might be annoying, and it's like there's a lot of upkeep, but you could be like one of those guys who, because you post your art on Instagram and other places. Well, is it just Instagram, or do you post it on other places?
Yeah, I just do everything on Instagram because that's just the easiest conduit to put it out. Because I do have a website, and I do want to make the website like fucking cool, but I just keep putting it off.
A website's kind of like not to cut you off, but a website's kind of like a EPK anyway, or like
I don't know what EPK stands for.
electronic press kit. Like if you're or like a resume. But again, nowadays everybody's just like, what's your Instagram?
Yeah, I wanted to do the website to be like I've seen people do this before where it's like, oh, it's like a gallery where you can actually control the camera and walk around and like, oh, there's that shit, there's that.
Oh, that's cool.
But
A camera?
yeah, like
A virtual tour?
I don't know who the fuck did it, but I saw one time, and I would probably want to elaborate on it, make it crazier. Like you could crawl into tunnels, and there's pieces in the tunnels in the game or whatever. But I've seen a guy before do. It was like a white wall gallery space, and he just had his digital pieces.
So like an interactive gallery.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And I think that'd be cool, but it would. I just keep putting it off because it would literally be just for fun because no one goes to websites anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm like not expecting people to look at it.
Yeah, because what I was originally gonna say was you could start doing the thing where like you post like time lapse videos on like, you know, YouTube Shorts, or you could go into the Reels and Shorts algorithm where it's like, here's how I made this cool graphic.
Yeah.
And with Photoshop and blah blah blah.
Hearing you talk about it, Ben, that when he played that for me, that inspired me to be like, because that was one thing that I did that I was like, this is fucking retarded.
No,
I'm just doing it for fun, like just goof off shit. But then you being like, that was actually cool, and I wouldn't have thought.
I used to run that video back because I was like watching how you worked. It was good because I was a novice when I started following you, and then you like upgraded my taste, you and a bunch of other people, but I didn't know that you were so good with 3D too, because seeing you work in Blender, doing those renders and shit, it looks very proper.
Dude,
When did you get into like the Blender shit? Because were you doing that in like 2020?
probably because I think so, because I haven't been doing it super long, but I started doing it because I was also like you're saying you saw it, which is crazy that you're like, I saw it and it like elevated.
Dude,
because I had guys who like
You learned Blender out of the need of just you just want to do another medium.
I think I've noticed that every like once or twice a year, I'll just start feeling stale about whatever I'm doing. So I'll be like, I don't know what it would be next, but I start being like, this is all terrible. And I hate all of it.
It's the curse.
And then I need to switch over. Like if I go back 2 years, I did it recently, and I was like, I just should get rid of all this.
Yeah.
I should just get rid of it.
It's the curse of the artist.
Yeah.
But everyone else looking at it, I think, likes it. Like, I go back and look at other people's shit, and I'm like, it's still good.
Yeah.
Because I'm not them, so looking at it.
I think that's how most people are. People are self-critical.
Chris was learning Blender in kindergarten.
I learned Blender. I first learned Blender. Actually, I think the first 3D program I used was 3ds Max, or even Milkshape. You remember Milkshape?
No.
I didn't fuck with either of those.
Yeah, so it was 3ds Max, which was Autodesk, and then Maya. And then I was like, whoa.
Isn't that what they use on South Park?
Maya?
They use Maya. Maya seems complex. It seems like next level.
Yeah, but where Blender is now, I think is like comparable to what Maya can do now. Anyways,
it's getting good.
And the nice thing about Blender is there's so much. Well, it's open source, right?
It's fucking so easy to learn too. Like Blender is
There's so much documentation on it.
Bro, it's the easiest program to get into. It might even be, I mean, I don't know if it's easier than Photoshop. Photoshop's pretty easy.
No, it's a whole other dimension.
It's the easiest 3D program. Yeah, it is a whole other dimension. Yeah,
but it certainly is. I don't want this to be the graphic.
The graphic
part podcast, but we happen to be with Myles. By the way, follow Myles on Instagram at Myles McGrady.
He's the man.
Yes, look at that.
Thank
Myles
you,
McGrady
guys.
and Chris Lynch. We both have our
handles
as our illegal name.
I don't want to change.
No, you stay. You stay.
I
you
like
are.
Ben W. Bush,
but it's
okay.
nice and clean when it's your name. But
it is.
I thought your name was Ben W. Bush.
Yeah,
that would be epic
for a minute, and then
I did too.
Yeah, and then someone said it. I was like, wait, you're not Ben? Because I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
It was probably just me being retarded and looking straight at it and being like, yeah, he's Ben W. Bush.
Nah,
and then you're like, no, it's W. Bush.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's fucking actually cool. Too.
I went to a Savers with Joey once, and he was like, wait, is it Ben W. Bush? I was like, yeah. So I think it's easy to misunderstand.
Well,
do you like George W. Bush?
No, I don't. I think he was cool. Like, he was a stud. There's a video of George W. Bush saying he's like, right after the 9/11 attacks, he went golfing.
Yeah.
And he's on the golf course, and the reporter goes, they're like asking him about the attacks, and he's like, we will not stand for any terrorism. Now watch this drive.
Yeah, I love that.
And then he crushes a drive with like a beautiful swing. I like that George Bush. I think that
it was.
I like him for that reason too.
I think he's just like, dude. He's like, I think he's classic.
It was
classic American right there, bro.
I watched. Sorry, Chris, but I was gonna say, just while we're on the Bush stuff, I watched. Like, me and my wife went on like a Bush couple of days where we were just watching like all the Bush family stuff, because then they all came from like oil magnates and stuff, or like they were like oil guys, and then he basically, like, Jeb Bush was trying to be president for like a long ass time, and then George came in and was like, I'm gonna try it out, and he like whooped Jeb's ass like immediately.
Please clap.
Like and they're like, Jeb, you gotta give up.
Damn.
So they're like, he's like dejected and shit, and George Bush just like with his sheer charisma beat his brother who had been doing it.
That's what it is, bro.
I like it for that. He's cool.
He had a little bit of Trump energy.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
With that's what I was gonna say. That video of him at the golf course It was giving Trump.
It was
a little
giving
bit.
Trump. Bro, when that picture of him, like when they lean over there, like the first tower's been hit, sir, and he's like reading to a class of kindergarteners. I'm like, yeah, that's my fucking president right there. Like my president reads to.
He went right back to it.
Yeah.
He didn't
George-
fold under pressure.
And then, bro,
even though that was a setup thing where he was in a
Fall-
kindergarten
fall-
class.
yeah,
the
of
other day, but-
Of course.
George Bush is a hard act to follow, but Barack Obama was like at least coherent. Like I could understand what he was saying, but that was like the beginning of the.
Well, that's the whole thing with.
I remember when Barack Obama got elected, I was 8, and my mom looked at
Jesus.
me. My mom looked at me, and she's like, you know what this means, right? I'm like, no. She's like, this is a very bad day.
Oh damn!
I'm like, okay.
That's crazy.
Confirmed right wing mom.
It's like I'm gonna go back on the computer now.
Yeah, you know what this means, right? We have a black president. Things will never be the same. No, well,
You'll know what that means eventually, Ben.
Yeah, in 2024.
yeah, Ben, you'll be researching. Ben, you don't know this now because you're 8, but
I remember
his
everyone
wife
being
is a
fine
man.
with it.
Violent. Yeah, weren't there riots and shit?
Yeah, I don't remember any of that. And then later I found out people like really cared, and I was like, I don't remember any. I remember people being like, "Yep, it's
Yeah.
fine."
I don't remember it. And then well, under the Obama administration, they passed. They legalized gay marriage, right? It was that was under the Obama.
Yeah, that was the Obama administration.
That's pretty. Now that I think about it, that seems so recent. Like,
What, gay marriage being legalized?
yeah, in my lifetime.
It was outlawed for like years before we were born. Like what the gay like
I don't think it was ever lawed.
I don't think it was ever lawed. Yeah,
It was just like known to not be okay.
Outlawed.
It was just known not to be okay. But I remember that being a big deal.
Everyone knew, just don't
Don't
do it.
Don't entertain that.
Well, this is what
You know this isn't okay.
the Fox News like right wing like boomers during that time of like the gay marriage argument was like, at least this is what my parents were like. They were like, we're okay. It was like progressive like Republicans were like, we're okay with gay people, but just don't call it marriage. Call it a civil union. Do you remember that? Have you ever heard somebody say that back in 2008 when they were? It was like
Sounds
I
like
wasn't around people like that though. I was like up until maybe it was just me like not like giving a shit about politics.
Yeah.
But like I don't remember anyone. Either of the people I knew were like, I hate gay people, get them away from me.
Yeah.
Or they were like, I don't care.
Yeah. Well, you
It's
were
fine,
also
do whatever.
You're from a less progressive part of the country than we. I mean, we're on the coast.
I'm from California. Like my parents claim to be.
My parents were gay.
My parents were gay. Yeah, dude, my parents were gay. No, they're not. They're not gay.
In like the way in like a 7th grader would say. Like my parents
Right.
were so gay.
Yeah.
But no, I mean,
yeah, the civil
No,
union.
they actually were.
The Obama administration also
I have 2 moms.
They made it. They like changed you remember Obamacare, and then they made it so that you
Obama phones.
It was the Obama phones. That's
Yeah.
a deep. I never understood what the fuck.
I don't know what
You
that
don't know what? You
is.
never heard Obama phones?
Yo,
No.
That
It
was like the Repubs like saying
It's like a homophone.
no it was like
It's
I think like
new
cheap,
class of word.
it was like cheap, it was like referring to like cell phones people would get because this was like all right so 2008 no I'm serious this is
I know.
I'm just picturing like a jitterbug phone with like the big buttons, but it's like
Yeah.
Obama.
it's
Obama's
like
logo
government
on it.
it's like government subsidized like poor people phones.
It was
like
the first time.
welfare
I think
phones.
that was the first time that they started handing out like phones and shit to the homeless, and they just that was like when they called it the Obama phone.
Well, because it was 2008. It was like the rise of smartphones, like touchscreen phones, smartphones,
Yeah.
whatever, through
Tablets.
through 2016, right?
Yeah.
Am I missing a president?
No, when did the iPhone go to full screen?
Was it Obama to Trump?
It was Obama to Trump. Yeah. Because remember,
8 years.
Trump was running against Hillary. That was like because Barack did 2 terms, and then Hillary was supposed to be a successor.
But then it was T-Dog.
Upset of the century.
I remember. Do you remember where you were when Trump got elected? Were you watching? Were
It's
you
like watching
glued to the TV.
It's like watching Kobe drain a 3 from fucking from down court with 1 second on the clock.
Yeah, I was at my friend John's house, and we were just like, "Oh, look at that."
Damn, I was in college, and I was with all my fucking. I knew a lot of kids from like Long Island and shit, like New York, like Jersey Shore type kids, Guido kids, and we were all watching it, and they were fucking like, they were drinking and fucking like just they were watching it like they were watching sports. They're like, come on, we get like, cause like they're like tallying up votes, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like idiocracy. Like it's like who's gonna win?
I don't remember it being that sports like either. When like.
It was for me.
It was
Who
cool.
was it? Was Obama and John Kerry?
No, I'm talking about the Trump. I'm talking about
I know,
Trump
but
versus
when that was happening as a kid, like once again, I was young enough that I was like not really paying attention.
Yeah.
But I feel like the Trump Hillary thing was like, they're like, all right, we're at the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah, that's
and
what
we're
it was,
counting
bro.
it up, and it's
Yeah,
like
that's how it was.
guys,
Yeah.
and they're like getting like sweaty about it, and it was like I don't remember it being that.
I had just graduated college, 2016, like right when Trump got elected, and then there was the whole Trump thing. Then when you remember hearing stories of like college kids like Trump got elected? If you need to take time out of class, or do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the sensitivity.
That's
shit.
when that whole arc started.
Oh God.
I don't even want to go into that because it reminded me of this other thing. I want to go back to Bush because I remember my parents when Saddam, Saddam Hussein when he got killed,
Yeah.
or when he was like found because he was in a hole.
Right.
He was fucking in under dirt, right?
Yeah.
Or his hiding place. I remember my dad was like, they got him. I was like 8 or whatever. I was like 6, and I was like
funny as a motherfucker.
And they were trying to like tell me like I was like part of some.
Did you see the
thing.
video of Perry Farrell from Jane's Addiction? Jane's
No.
Addiction was playing, and he stopped the concert. He's like, "We killed Osama bin Laden."
That's
in the middle of the
badass.
concert.
That's
Same with
cool
the
as fuck.
WWE thing.
Yeah, John
too.
Cena.
Oh yeah,
announced
John Cena did
Yeah,
it too.
Yeah.
So there's two moments. There was this
Jane's
Saddam
Addiction?
Hussein, which was kind of like wasn't covered as much, I guess, because it was earlier. But it was Saddam Hussein, and then Osama. Osama was under Obama's administration.
Yeah,
right?
Obama got Osama.
He's been neutralized, or whatever he says.
It's like killing your brother.
Do you remember like the news, like Saddam Hussein getting?
I can't see
Oh
your
yeah,
face.
sorry.
That's okay.
Him getting hung.
Yes,
The video,
I've
yeah,
seen
yeah,
that
yeah.
video.
Yeah, I've
Yes.
seen the video, but on the news they like basically almost showed the video.
Yeah,
Really?
They were like, here it's happening
Fox
now.
News wanted to show
and they
it
were
so
like
bad.
talking about the lead up to it, and they were like showing him in the jail cell and shit.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's like
And they're like,
lively.
there he is. We're gonna hang him.
Was it
Live
the
leak.
what? Now, was he hanged at the hands of the United States, or was it his own people? I think it was his
I think
own
it was the
people.
government.
The government.
I don't
of-
even know what country it was at that point.
I don't fucking-
Afghanistan.
Yeah, who knows? I used to listen when I was working.
We
man.
hung him.
We hung him.
No, I don't know, but
Yeah,
We did.
we could have.
We
facilitated it.
We effectively did. When I was working at.
Gaddafi though.
Oh yeah, bro.
I don't want. You go. I don't want to.
I don't know which
I don't know
one
why
it
this
was.
has become the war pod. The war is cool podcast.
If I do that, can I just? I keep doing this like that. I just hold it up here. Will you hear like?
no, it's good to do. I do. So we're drinking drinks with ice in it. So when I go like this,
Okay.
I move the mic
I
away
was
so
kind of
so I
doing
don't
that.
so I don't put the. But no. We're in good hands. Shoddy.
Yeah, we're straight.
Is our audio engineer?
I forgot what I was. Oh yeah, I was listening to like a war podcast when I used to work manual labor, and it was this guy who was like deployed, but he was like he's very level headed, and he's like, yeah. So basically, it was some bullshit. And we had to do this and that, and he was talking about like working in Afghanistan during the war, and he's like
Working in the Afghanistan.
well, not like he was in the middle. He was
He was deployed.
He was deployed out there, And the main draw from the podcast is, to summarize, the guy's like, yeah, it was basically bullshit. Like, we're in these people's backyards and we're trying to like tell them how to live, and they're like fucking Afghanis. They don't give a shit about what we say. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, he basically, the whole, like, this is becoming the war podcast, but whatever.
That's okay.
He said something that was pretty smart. He's like, yeah, if I was getting strong-armed in my backyard by the Americans and then they left and the Taliban came and strong-armed me, like, I'm just gonna go with whoever was there last.
Yeah.
Logically, you know, as like a civilian over there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then he said another thing, like, on the topic of I don't know if it was Saddam Hussein or Gaddafi, but it was they implemented some kind of secret police operation out there.
Yeah.
Where if you were an Afghani citizen and you like snitched on your neighbor or whatever for not fucking with Gaddafi, or I don't know if it was him or Hussein.
Gaddafi's.
Do you fuck with Gaddafi?
Gaddafi.
And they were like, no, and so he's like, boom, that guy is a goner. So then he
Gaddafi
dies.
was Libya,
Libya, yeah.
and I remember watching a video.
Who's like the most evil person to have ever existed? You think?
Gaddafi.
Gaddafi?
Well, do you know what they did? You know what they did to Gaddafi?
The
right?
Gaddafi was Gaddafi the one where who was saying like they're gonna hang him up, they're gonna string him up and shove a stick up his ass?
Yeah, it's Gaddafi. Because I don't know much
Who
about
said
this.
that? Obama said it.
I don't know much about Gaddafi, but I do know.
I remember there was like a public figure that was
Let me
like
fact check myself real quick.
there was a public figure that was like on a hot mic and he says we're gonna string him up and shove a stick up his ass.
Damn, about Gaddafi.
Damn.
Talking about Gaddafi, yeah.
Paul, he's probably Trump.
but no, I think it's
Trump said that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No,
Libya-
it was like
Libya.
when it happened.
Libya.
It might have been like Dick Cheney or something.
Yeah, Dick Cheney. What a god.
Dude, they made a movie about him, Vice.
Is Dick Cheney still alive?
Christian Bale.
Yeah, Christian Bale played Dick Cheney. Yeah.
Wait,
and,
yeah.
And what's his name? Another guy. Fuck. Oh, god damn it! I can't remember his name. Something Rockford. What was it? Sam Rockford or some shit.
Sam Rock. Dick Cheney's still alive. 83.
Oh yes.
Sam Rock.
Well, is it
Sam Rockwell.
Sam
Rockwell.
Moon or whatever.
Yeah, Sam Rockwell, who's a good actor.
Yeah, he's good.
He is super duper underrated. If you guys don't know about Sam Rockwell, you should look up Sam Rockwell movies.
What did Sam Rockwell do? He did Moon. That movie Moon. Did you ever see that?
I never saw
Where he's
Moon.
like, he's on a. I haven't seen
The
it forever.
Green
He's on a
Mile?
space station.
He
and
was
it's
in
just
Galaxy Adventure or Galaxy Quest. That like Star Trek.
I never saw that.
That's like some like shitting on Star
He
Trek.
was in The Bad Guys, Iron Man 2, Charlie's Angels, Moon,
These are rough
Galaxy Quest.
for his first picks.
Yeah, Galaxy Quest was good. That had Tim Allen too.
He
Or
was,
no, not Tim
He
Allen.
was in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the 90s,
That's cool. That's pretty dope.
and he was in Trolls World Tour as a voice actor.
Wait, was he in Moon?
Moon, yes.
Okay, I was like,
I've never
am I
seen Moon. Is it good?
It's like, it's good. You could see it once.
Okay.
It's like it's just hit. It's kind of like it's not like 2001, but it's like he's on a space station like that.
I've
the
never
whole
seen
time. I'm pretty
2001.
sure it just shows how.
I've
like,
never seen 2001
monotonous and
either.
crazy it is being on a space
Have you seen
station.
2001?
Yeah.
No, I've never seen it.
It's like a movie that I know I should
I
see,
should have
but
seen
I'm
it.
a retard.
At this point, I'm like,
I'll watch it. But
What's a crazy movie you haven't seen?
You know what? You want to hear something really crazy? That
You
kind of
never
answers
watched Family Guy.
no. We're in Quahog right
You think
now.
the dad's name is Stewie?
Stewie.
When they
His
talk
dad's
about
name is
Stewie, you
Stewie.
think
You talking
it's the
about
dad.
Quagmire or in Randy? No, I saw Lord of the Rings for the first time this year.
I've never seen Lord of the Rings.
Really? Okay, so I don't feel as
Nah, I've never seen it.
If someone goes like, "You've never seen Lord of the Rings?"
that's what
I'm like, I
usually
don't
people
give a
say.
fuck.
That's
Yeah.
usually what people say. But
It's usually like if you're like, "I've never seen Goodfellas,"
yeah,
or like, "I've
I
never
saw
seen
Goodfellas recently.
Scarface." People always freak out about
The
that.
Godfather. You've never seen
Godfather,
The Godfather?
they freak out.
Yeah.
And then they're like, you don't have The Godfather memorized either.
They freak out about like any Stanley Kubrick film that you haven't seen. They're like, you haven't seen that? Like 2001. Yeah. I haven't seen 2001. I haven't seen Eyes Wide Shut either.
I watched that for the first time this year.
Is it good?
Yeah, I liked it.
You guys ready?
I thought it was pretty good.
You guys ready for some good music? Good movies coming up.
What?
Harvey Weinstein's out.
Yeah, bro, I saw.
Yeah.
They overturned his like rape case got overturned.
Yes,
and so
he was the guy who made the Me Too movement happen.
Do we have to talk about how amazing
his
Harvey
lawyer
Weinstein is as a producer?
as his lawyer,
dude. That man made Miramax, which produced Good Will Hunting. Hello. One of the most badass movies ever.
So are we apologists at this point?
No, but we like Harvey Weinstein's
by
movies.
proxy.
No. I don't condone what he did. I don't think you should have. I don't think you should have stopped making movies.
Yeah.
Let's rate his movies from best to worst and his from best to worst.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I heard this from a different podcast. I don't even know if this is real, but there was some sort of. Oh no, that's Epstein. That's different. Never mind.
Have you seen any of the Weinstein tapes that have like you remember when he got when all that shit was happening and they were like the accusers were dropping videos and shit?
No, I didn't see any of that.
There was one where it's like Harvey Weinstein and this chick and they're in this hotel room and the chick has her like laptop camera rolling. And Harvey Weinstein, you can hear them in the background. He's like, "Why won't you just give me a kiss?"
Ooh,
and it's shit like that.
Jeez.
And it's like, yeah. And he's like, there's another one. They got audio, and he said, "Don't embarrass." He's like talking to the chick that he's trying to. He's like, "Just don't embarrass me. Come to my room.
God.
Just come." He's like the most like.
Well, yeah, because he's a disgusting freak.
Was that a documentary you watched?
No,
or was that
no.
just the tape? I watched a documentary about it, and people were talking about like one of his moves was just like he'd say, "Yeah, we're gonna talk about work. Come on up," and then he'd be like, "Hold on, I gotta go take a shower," and then he'd just come out
naked.
Robe,
yeah, dick
with
out,
his
probably.
dick out.
It's weird because it's like I don't know what it's like to be in that position where you're like a disgusting old guy.
Would you like ask for massages too,
Yeah.
and then try to use that as a gateway?
I've heard that too. Yeah.
I mean, if you're like a disgusting old guy,
is that what they all do?
I mean, you can't
massage gateways.
I mean, you have to. I mean, I'm assuming you're a disgusting freak guy, old, but you have a lot of power. So he's in his head. He's like, well, I'm not gonna just fucking. You have to. I'm sure he had a system.
He had a segue into it.
He had a segue in it. It's fucked up shit.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
The fucking Nickelodeon guy wanted massages too.
Dan Schneider.
And then Jeffrey Epstein wanted massages.
What do those three people have in common?
They're white.
They're white. Or they're rich.
They have like elephant skin. They all have their skin's all weird.
They're all like successful.
They have no Rizz. They're not Baby Gronk.
They're not Baby Gronk.
No, they don't. And that's actually perfect that you bring that up because we should talk about the amazing genre.
The Amazing Atheist.
The amazing genre that is brain rot. The Amazing Atheist.
You know the Amazing Atheist anal video?
Anal?
Speaking of like
we censored
Harvey
the word,
Weinstein and freaking Harvey Weinstein and who's the Nickelodeon guy?
Dan Schneider.
Dan Harmon, who made Rick and Morty.
Oh,
Dan
yeah,
Harmon.
yeah.
No, Dan Schneider.
Dan Schneider.
But Dan Harmon has some shit on him too.
I don't think it's the other guy. The other guy.
Oh, it's
I just saw recently though. I was gonna say atheist guys kind of have the same style too, and they're
Justin Roiland.
Yeah. Freaking I was watching old Cribs and it was Penn Jillette, who I've always thought the Amazing Atheist was like. You're kind of like Penn Jillette.
I can
from Penn and
totally
Teller,
see that.
And Penn Jillette had a Mini Cooper, a hot pink Mini Cooper, and his license plate was just atheist.
Oh my!
And I was like, that is the lamest
my God.
thing I've ever seen.
Hot pink Mini Cooper.
Yeah, it's like a fuchsia kind of.
And the idea is
Yeah,
not
yeah.
that like atheism is cringe. It's more of the idea of it's
No, it
like,
is. Atheism is cringe.
It's more of like, haha, you're wrong. Like that idea. Like
the fact that he's like, and I want my
monster.
license plates to be atheist,
Yeah.
so
Yes.
everyone knows that they are wrong.
Yeah.
And the spaghetti, keep praying to the spaghetti monster. Like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
shit.
spaghetti monster bumper sticker.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not like.
Dude, that's gnarly.
His house is actually, it was cool though.
Okay.
He lives in Vegas, and it's like,
Yeah, he's got a residency and he's
yeah,
married to Vegas.
He bought like, I think he bought like an old like Pink Flamingo hotel mid-century thing, and he like
That's
redid
pretty
it.
cool.
And I was like, I kind of think I think Penn Jillette could be cool if like he's into cool stuff, I think. But then like I was like, his house is gonna be terrible, and I saw it and I was like, this is actually kind of a dope house. He might have sold it by now, but it was like, this was like mid 2000s.
I may have.
But then I saw the Mini Cooper and I was like, yo.
Dude,
Sure, he was born in Greenfield, Massachusetts.
a Mini. Now, when I think of a Mini Cooper, I'm thinking of a Beetle. Fuck. What does a Mini Cooper look like?
It's kind of like a Beetle. And
kinda like a Beetle?
It's the same sort of stature of a car. A Mini Cooper?
Is Mini Cooper no? I was gonna say, is Mini Cooper the one that was in the movie The Italian Job or whatever? That was the big car, or is that like a Fiat or something?
It's probably a Fiat
It
or
was-
like a
yeah, of course. The Italian Job, and it's like the most British.
Yeah.
Because Mini Coopers are like the little buggies that have like sometimes they just have like they're characterized with having like the British flag as the roof.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You'll
It's
know. He had two of them, and
British,
they were both
made by
pink.
British Motor Corporation.
And they both had the atheism plate
Yeah,
on them.
no, one of them. What the fuck did the other one? He had a vanity plate too, but I couldn't. The atheist
That was the
atheist
one that
one
stuck out.
overshadowed whatever was before.
And I think with
His
him,
other one said like blowjob or something.
yeah,
retarded,
I can
yeah.
see that.
Yeah.
Well, his thing was like he was the magic guy, but then he would like show the trick, right? Wasn't that the thing?
I think that was.
He was the one who talked.
Yeah.
Because
Teller.
Teller does not talk.
Tell
So,
us.
Penn
oh
Teller?
yeah, you're right. You're right. Because freaking
Whoever the guy who talked.
Penn Jillette would walk around and be like, "All right, so when you're looking at this, you got to think about this." And, and while he's doing it, Teller's
Teller,
doing the
yeah.
fucking trick.
Yeah,
And Teller's like very expressive too. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, he's got like the crazy faces
Yeah.
going on and shit.
They're kind of cringe, but
Penn
I kind
was-
of fuck with them too.
yeah. Penn was fucking Teller. Clearly,
Oh, are you kidding me, bro? Probably,
imagine that getting anal when you can't talk.
dude.
And Penn Jillette's like fucking like 8 feet
That's
tall,
funny.
And Teller's like-
micro.
He can't say
He
anything.
doesn't want to do it.
Well,
Yeah.
he can't talk because they do the act in
and
bed.
Penn is narrating it the entire
Penn's-
time.
Yeah. So we want to fuck his ass. You want to? And then Teller's like,
On stage.
yeah.
that's a clip right there.
So now that Teller's in these like Houdini strapped up and shit,
Yeah.
hanging from the ceiling,
Well,
I'm gonna
magic is
fuck
it's
him.
all the magic community is all sexual. The deviant sexual.
Well, it's like black. It's black magic.
It's black. It's a sexual. Chris Angel.
It's demonic.
It's demonic. Chris Angel was Chris Angel and fucking Ronnie Radke.
What about
might as well be
David
the
Blaine?
Same person.
David Blaine is like
David
the
Blaine
most-
is like David Blaine was like the Frank Zappa of the magic community. Perhaps you could probably draw other parallels.
He did like extreme Y2K magic where he'd be like,
David-
I'm not going to breathe and I'm going to be underwater
Yeah.
for 18 hours.
David Blaine was like I'm trying to think of the best parallel here. David Blaine was like
He's like Fear Factor magic.
he did do the Fear Factor.
You're thinking of what guy he is.
Well, I was trying to compare him to like a skateboarder.
He's like Korn, except if Korn.
Yeah.
did magic.
Like David Copperfield was like the Tony Hawk.
I don't think
And
I ever
David
watched.
David Blaine was Tool.
David Blaine was
He was a more
Tool.
psychedelic magician
David
who was
yeah.
long tricks.
David Blaine and Chris Angel kind of had a similar thing going on though.
Not at all.
They were both. Yeah,
Well, in the sense that they did stunts.
they were like
yes.
brooding. They had brooding.
Yeah, they were both brooding, but David Blaine was like
Real deal. I'm pretty sure.
unlock your mind. But like Mind Freak's like saying unlock your mind, but he's like
on a cable.
yeah he's like a liar about
And
it.
and Chris
But-
Angel's probably fucking. If we want to talk about Me Too,
Or Chris Angel was the fucking.
he was the Ronnie Radke
What do you mean, Me Too? What do you think? Chris Angel was like molesting?
for sure. You know me like MySpace girls were into Chris Angel.
Yeah.
He did kind of
12-year-olds?
flirt with like he would do card tricks.
Dude, 'cause he's
in
got-
between Mind Freak like segments, he would do card tricks, and he was always kind of flirting with the girls
David Blaine?
and away. No,
No, Chris Angel.
David Blaine would never do that.
Wait. David
Chris
Blaine-
Angel did.
What
it.
was Chris Angel's show called?
Mind Freak?
Mind Freak, and David Blaine was.
David Blaine didn't have a show.
Which I said
No.
David Blaine was fucking the Korn of magic, but actually Chris Angel I think is
Chris
friends
Angel-
with Korn.
Chris
And
Angel was like the band
I think
Margera.
Jonathan Davis did the Mind Freak theme song with him.
Really?
Oh,
I'm
shit.
pretty sure.
Yeah,
That-
I might be wrong.
That's
but-
that makes
awesome.
more sense. David Blaine's like Ancient Aliens.
I like the David Blaine. Have you seen the David
He's
Blaine?
Tool, he's Ancient Aliens.
Have you seen the David Blaine, the old YouTube videos where the guy is impersonating David
Yeah, oh,
Blaine?
yeah.
On the
Oh,
two, on the two,
Cheez-Its,
on the two
Cheez-Its.
gay guys. Cheez-Its. Yeah.
I'm surprised you know that.
That
'cause
was
that's pretty
actually really
old.
funny.
Yeah, that was like
was
He's
classic.
doing the foot thing where he does this
Yeah,
on one foot and they're flipping out.
yeah. And it's the two gay guys just freaking out.
Cheez-Its.
I remember one of the tricks in that was like he like made the soda spit out of the other guy's mouth, and
Oh,
the guy's
yeah.
like, "What the hell? What the hell?"
Soda!
yeah,
When it's
soda,
coming out.
soda, and then he's pointing at the ground, soda.
That was classic.
Isn't that some
That was
fun?
actually really
That was some
good.
funny ass
Yeah.
shit, bro. That used to crack me
That
up
was
when I was a
classic. That
kid.
was very
Yeah,
classic.
soda. There was another classic YouTube video I used to watch. I don't know if either of you have seen it. It's right after Michael Jackson died, and it's like the ghost of Michael Jackson
Sounds
still
familiar.
wanders his mansion, and it's a fucking jump scare of like a shadow of Michael Jackson walking by.
Damn.
It's like "Rah!"
Damn. I
scared
don't
the-
remember that.
That scared the shit.
That probably could. I wonder if that could even be found. That
It
sounds
probably
like one
could.
of those.
Probably.
If you look up Michael Jackson ghost, it was around the same time that they did the. Do you remember the fake commercial of the car driving down the hill?
Of course.
Yeah, and then the
The
yes.
lady pops out.
Of course.
I
It's
remember
classic.
my mom showed that to my grandma. My grandma almost died.
Gee, your mom's a savage.
Yeah, it was her mother-in-law too. Not even her real mom.
Oh, she wanted to kill her. She had his death wish.
Crazy. She played it for me before, and then I saw it pop up. I'm like, okay, I'm leaving the room, and I left the room.
It's scary. I mean, it
terrifying.
is a true jump scare. It was one of the truest jump scares of all time.
Can I hear your weed pen?
Yeah. Make sure you get it right in the mic.
That's funny. Yeah,
Oh,
bro.
thank you.
There's a lot of really funny classic YouTube videos that I used to watch. I don't know if you guys do. You guys remember Happy Tree Friends?
Yeah,
I didn't fuck with that.
I didn't fuck with that
I didn't
either.
fuck with that at all.
My friend fucked with that, and I was like, I didn't like that. I didn't
I did
like
not
watching
like that at all.
You're like a kid,
I'm
and you're
like-
like, I did not like that.
I was sitting there watching it because my best friend liked it, but I was like, I wish we could watch something else right now.
I'm thinking, yeah, you're like, how old were you when
I
that
was
like seventh grade,
I was like,
sixth grade?
Oh no, not bro. I'm 24. I was like
yeah.
still shitting my pants. I was like, what, 7, 8 or something?
I don't even remember being like discerning about. That's what it's funny because I don't even remember being discerning about what videos I saw. But like you watching that with your friend and being like,
Yeah, I'm like,
I don't even like this.
Yeah, well, it was because it was just like I could tell even then it was just retarded. Like the kid, like they're running a lemonade stand and the girl gets her eye cut out. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, it never resonated.
Fourth grade. This is ridiculous. Turn this off.
Yeah.
I did not fuck with it. I was not fucking with. I was not fucking with that. But I did like. I mean, I obviously liked a lot of Newground stuff and like early animation stuff for sure.
There's
but
like You're the Man Now Dog,
a classic.
and then there was.
YTMND.
I don't think I've seen that.
Oh man,
Nah.
Benjamin.
But you know what website I went on today? addictinggames.com,
That's classic.
which
Mini
was
clip?
awesome. No, I remember Miniclip, but I didn't go on that. Miniclip, that's
Remember Miniclip? Hell, you
bro,
Tech
that's
too?
a killer ass website. Miniclip. Oh,
Slap the monkey.
so when did Newgrounds? That was like what, 2008 or some shit.
I mean, Newgrounds started out, I think, like 2003, or if I'm not mistaken,
I
around
don't.
that time.
I was never like
Maybe even earlier.
the Newgrounds era was like I missed out on that.
Yeah, I didn't.
Well, you were 3.
I didn't get on there.
You did? You weren't on Newgrounds?
No.
Damn.
It was for animations and shit, wasn't it? Like
It was mostly it was Flash animation and games, but they had everything. They had Thing. They had Madness Interactive. I think a lot of Flash games like originated.
Is
on
Madness
Newgrounds.
Interactive the one where you're like at the desk and you like can smash your bosses?
No, that was some Suicide Simulator.
I
or
liked
something.
that was fun.
Yeah.
And then I
Madness
liked
Inter-
Interactive Buddy.
I was about to mention,
Yeah.
bro. Interactive Buddy was so good.
Yeah.
It was really
Oh,
good.
bro, the grenades and the babies and shit. I think
It
you
made
just
you-
sitting there like just grenade, baby grenade.
Yeah. And then that made, I don't know if you guys experienced this, but it made me think about morality
no,
and if I should harm
No,
it.
I didn't.
no.
Because it would cry when you would hurt it.
I never cry. I just smash his head even harder.
But
I
it
think
ne-
I played it recently and I was like, oh, he's like in pain. This is almost like I'm feeling it.
Yeah,
But when
I
I was a
felt
kid,
it.
I was like, I don't feel any of
I
this.
felt it. And I felt bad.
You
when
had a
I
lot
heard
of
it.
empathy. At a young
Yeah,
age.
Chris
I got
is a very
some empathy.
empathetic person. Yeah.
This
Sorry,
is a
guys.
long bill hat. Where'd you get this?
Lauren got it for me on eBay.
Is the Chinese text just say Great Wall?
I think so.
What if
But
it
she's
said,
like, I had to get it because it's a long bill and it's Great Wall.
what if instead of Great Wall it said Small Dog?
Small doll.
Small Dog.
Oh, small dog.
I don't know. I was gonna say something more naughty, but
Small wall.
Small Wall. That's
But it's like when I wear it, it's like
I was just thinking of a Paul Wall impersonator that's a dwarf called Small Wall.
That's funny.
Anyways, that's not that funny. But go on.
when I wear it though, I'm like, because it's like the dumbest version of a hat. It's like if you were doing a cartoon of a baseball cap, you're like,
This is dope. No, you have good
No,
taste.
I like it.
You have great taste. Well,
no, yeah, my wife got it for me too, so she got it
Bellissimo.
right.
The long bill hats are usually reserved for fishing, if I'm not
for
mistaken.
Japanese people.
Is it the Japanese people?
I've just seen Japanese like people wear like ridiculously long ones.
Do people around here like? Do you guys have any like rednecks around here?
Yes.
Did they
Well-
do like I had at my like where I'm from? They had like they would take the bill of their cap and bend it to almost where it was like a circle.
Yeah,
and it was
yeah.
doing like that on their head, and then they put a fish hook on the end, like
Oh yeah,
doubled
I've
up.
seen
Yeah,
that.
I've seen that. Not like yeah, as far as they can bend it.
yeah, like it was like that, like it was covering their eyes almost. But
Yeah.
it wasn't. It sounds like it could even be cool, but it wasn't.
It was just to signify.
Maybe
their-
looking back, it was cool, but they weren't doing it in that way.
they're signifying their status.
The
Their
brim,
dominance.
The brim curvature is a very overlooked part of wearing a
Yes.
hat. A lot of people don't take care of their brims or curve them to the correct specifications.
what was do you wear fitted hats, fitted caps?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I have.
Are you flat brim gang?
I'm not. No. Joey,
That was like 2010. People were like, but no. I think people can still rock flat brim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still cool.
It's still cool.
I mean, I could probably rock a flat brim, but it's more comfortable to have a slight curve to it.
Yeah, you should start rocking.
You're more like you got like the working man vibe.
Yeah, I've
it's
got the
more
working
like
man
I'm
vibes.
wearing a hat.
You have
just
a
'cause I
Dodgers
wear-
fitted, right?
I have a Dodgers fitted, yeah.
Blue.
Yes,
Because
I
of
do.
Crips.
Because of the Crips. I'm from.
I just heard that from movies. I don't know if that's.
Yeah. No, I growing up, I was an Angels kid, so I was a blood.
Now, are those two baseball teams?
Two baseball teams, yeah, based out of California.
Are they both Los Angeles?
No, the only the Dodgers are Los Angeles. The Angels are from Anaheim. The Anaheim Angels.
Isn't that really close?
Yeah, like really, really super close. Which I'm not sure how that came to be that there were two teams within that proximity of one another.
Interesting.
I think it's because the Dodgers are just overwhelmingly the favorite, and they need the underdog. The Californians need an underdog to root for. You know what I mean?
Now, who is the most predominant sports teams, or the favorite, like the loyal? Where was the loyalty back in St. Louis area?
The Cardinals.
In
St. Louis Cardinals.
Oh, so Saint that they have their own team.
Yeah,
I know
it is
about
like
sports.
literally because there's the divide of like, if you're more west, it's Kansas City,
Gotcha.
and then is Kansas City's baseball is the Royals.
Yeah, the Royals.
The Royals, and then that's
I know the Chiefs is the football.
that's easy because the Chiefs I do know, and then we used to be the St. Louis Rams.
Is there
then they
a St. Louis?
moved.
Is there a St. Louis football team?
No, it was the Rams, and it was
Really, like
a
early
big deal.
2000s. When did that happen?
I think they moved like, I don't know. I think it was like 2015 ish. Like it was
semi-recent.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was. It didn't happen when I was in high school. So it was like probably like 2010 to 2015 or something. They
Interesting.
moved.
St. Louis
And
is
people
in
were
Missouri,
pissed.
right? St. Louis is in Missouri.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Right on the border
But-
though of
yeah, it's-
Illinois
yeah.
and
Which is like, we were just talking about that. It's like, because Kansas City's the other big city in Missouri, and it's on the border of fucking Kansas.
I was mentioning how a lot of capital cities or major metro areas are on borders of states. So Chicago is like very close-ish to the border of Indiana and
Wisconsin. Wisconsin's kind of up there. but-
Iowa, I believe. I think Iowa is direct. No, or I don't know. I'm wrong, but
Chicago's got a thing where like everyone goes up to like Wisconsin all the time.
Milwaukee. If you just go north from Chicago, you travel towards Milwaukee. But I was making a point that there's a lot of major cities that are like on the border of state.
That's
lines.
probably strategic.
And it's because of ley lines.
Ley lines. What are ley lines?
Mystical lines.
Oh, right.
Mystical
right.
under earth anti-gravity lines, witch lines.
Is that
Really?
Is that the?
I think so. I think they're like electromagnetic or something. I don't know if
So
they're
it's
real.
physical. There's physics to it, or it's magic.
I don't know actually, but I don't think there is. I feel like
I'll look
people
it
are
up.
like they're a real thing, but like they're
Ley lines.
I'm gonna look up what a ley line is. Ley line. Tell me. Ley line energy.
yeah, it's like
I'm
that.
gonna look up ley line definition. Ley lines are straight alignments drawn between various historic structures, prehistoric sites, and prominent landmarks.
Yeah,
That's fooey.
The
to me.
idea was developed in early 20th century Europe, with ley line believers arguing that these alignments were recognized by ancient societies.
The amazing atheist would say, "Nah,
Yeah.
He'd be like, "How far can I shove this soda can on my ass?"
Yeah, the amazing.
Shawty, cut that out.
Oh yeah, Shotty, cut that out. I wanted to tell
Just
you
a
guys
word.
about this really funny tweet that I just saw.
Oh yeah, you were talking about the quote tweet.
Yeah, I wanted to tell you guys about this. We're coming up on time here, but before we go over the Patreon, I think I should share this. So the tweet reads, it's a picture of a trans woman. Okay.
Fair
It
enough.
goes, "This is my trans friend Cassie. She's a Trump supporter. She transitioned in the 80s. She didn't do it for social media points. She did it because she was a gay man who wanted to live as a woman. She knows she's not one. I respect that. I honor her pronouns because she doesn't demand that I do, and that's how respect works." And then that's the original tweet, and the quote tweet is a Nazi soldier holding a gun, saying, "How compelling, please face the wall now."
Not that funny at all, Ben.
There's like nowhere to go after that either. It's like it just
It's like there's
it's
just
like let's lily pad off of this. It's like so he kills her and then that's it.
yeah. No, I can
So
see.
she faces the wall, he kills her, and then what do you guys see?
Heil Hitler. I can see how it was.
She's dead, she's on the ground.
He's dead.
She's trans, she's dead.
He's dead.
And then,
I'm gonna misgender his dead ass. I can see how you can find that funny. I can see how it's funny firsthand if you're on
Wait,
Twitter.
was it female or male?
No, it's just a picture of a trans. It was a man to a woman.
She's dead.
She's dead as
On
fuck.
the ground.
Under my regime.
Can you,
You agree with the picture?
oh my god.
Badoff Taylor.
Badoff Taylor.
Badoff
You photoshopped as the Nazi pointing the gun, and then you photoshopped me next
Myself.
to him. Like,
Yeah.
so me and the Nazi say,
Badoff Taylor.
I'm not with him, but I'm
with her.
I think the ideas are good. Yeah.
You know, Hillary, I'm with her.
I just thought it was really funny. The
That's
idea.
pretty good.
Please face the wall now.
Yeah.
All right, let's move to the Patreon.
Should we move to the Patreon?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, we're going to move to the Patreon. Thank you guys so much. Follow Myles McGrady on Instagram, and he's
the OG.
he's OG. He's team. He's part of team.
He's part of the team.
He's part of Central Team.
You're contractually obligated to follow him. Actually,
Yeah, at Myles McGrady, and you'll like what you see. You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
All right, my mom's calling me. I gotta take this.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.
See ya.